Actually, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's 2 o'clock. I call this meeting to order. Would you all please stand?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Counselor Ramirez had a appointment that was scheduled a long time, it could be changed. She's not here. And Mayor Lucas had a health issue and went to Baker. So it's just us. Okay, the minutes. Martin, have you read the minutes?
Yeah.
Charlie? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as written?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Martin? The minutes okay?
Yeah, they don't say much, but yeah, okay.
You seconded it?
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay, we have Tim here from Public Works. He has an update for us and some stuff.
Macaulay Creek's doing really well. The snow's melting slow, so our screens are staying really clean at this point, unless we get a bunch of really warm weather. And we've been struggling ordering parts for getting water services this year put in for people. We've ordered 4 meters, 4 setters, and everything's doubled in price at this point. And we ordered those 4 months ago, and we're told they're still a month out. So it's been 5 months since we ordered. And the problem is setters for the meters. These are basically special built, but nobody has them on the shelf, and they're 4 to 6 months out to get. And the city of Vancouver has orders with like Ferguson, and those orders are 6 months old and they still don't have their setters and their meters. And the city of Vancouver is the same thing with Ferguson. And there's only 3 manufacturers of these parts. So we knew John was going to be wanting water over there for his RV park. And so on March 7th, I thought I was ahead of John because he hadn't paid for water. I didn't think at that time that he had. And I ordered a 2-inch meter and setter for John. And we were told at that time that it was 4 to 6 months out waiting on that. And so anyway, we started making other phone calls to see if anybody had anything on their shelves that they would possibly park with. Well, nobody will, if they even do have anything, because everybody's in the same boat for hookups. It looks like this year, just for residential, the most we will probably be able to hook up, unless things change, is 4. We've got 4 meters and 4 setters coming at this point. So it's going to be probably first come, first serve for whoever pays for water and sewer hookup. And let's see. And so anyway, we started digging deeper because we needed 2-inch, bigger than this, 2-inch setter. We needed 2-inch meter. And so we started digging, and Renee found through Tim Porter, they put in subdivisions, and they found a 2-inch meter for us and a 2-inch setter. And so, and we've got pipe ordered. We've got Schedule 82-inch pipe ordered to go under the road, and it's here. We've got it actually. And then it has to be encased in 6-inch PVC. We've got it on the ground also. And, okay, well, it's all.
8-inch, I got 8-inch.
Yeah, it's all over here. And then, and we're gonna put the meter on the roadside next to our supply line, because if we don't, this is with the county. If we put it on our side, the city will need, or if we put it on your side, the meter, we'll need an easement to go across the road. But if we put the meter on our side, on the right-hand side there, then the only thing you need at that point is, it's the permit from the road department to be able to cross the road. Yeah. So the meter will be on the other side, is where we're gonna put it. And we've ordered a box, and so we're pretty good shape as far as just, we're waiting on the meter and stuff, but it should be here shortly.
Did they give us a time frame when that meter's gonna be here?
Uh,
Did we find it from somebody else?
was it a week out, the
Should be
meter?
soon. It should be soon.
Yeah, real soon. So we went an extra mile to really find this stuff. It was a pain, but we got it. So, and as soon as the roads dry out, we'll be grading roads. And then the other thing I need to ask council too is in April and May, we have to locate all of our water boxes. And I'm looking for help from, I'm hoping that we can put Lee German on payroll for a week, and he could help us more than anyone locate the water boxes that are in this town. There's so many of them are buried and stuff, and so I'm basically asking if we could hire Lee for a week, and maybe longer, but I think a week we should be able to maybe locate our boxes.
Did you, I brought it to the last meeting, you weren't here, and I told council about that finder that you found.
Yeah, and
Did you look that up?
yeah, and it's not adequate for what we need, so we're still looking
Okay.
for a basically a metal detector, but this is brass and copper, so it's a little touchier. But, and I think that's about all I have. I'm the certified person for the cross flow connection in this town. At this point, I've passed my state tests, and I'm asking that I get compensated for that. Whatever you guys figure out, we need to discuss though. I'm in at $580, and I know the city paid the first $580, so. And other than that, I think that's about all I have. But it's gonna be, people need to know it's gonna be first come, first serve on getting water hookups this year, and there's probably only gonna be 4 at this point on the length of time that we're waiting on parts. So. That's it.
It was the original part of the deal that we reimburse you when you pass the test.
It was gonna be an upgrade in pay, is what I think we had talked about, so much.
Oh, not just a reimbursement.
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
fine, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Tim.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay, planning. We have, you guys look at this, a covered deck extension. This is down at Bose. Yeah. Anybody have a problem with it?
I don't have one.
Mark, you have a problem with it?
Which one's that?
The extension of the covered deck down at,
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we pass Sharon Kelly and Bill Zeno application.
do you have a second?
Yeah, second.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Okay, then we tabled this partition application last meeting because there was a question about the survey. And he came in here and clarified that this was just a diagram of how he wants to partition it. And as soon as city council approves this, for him to go ahead with this, he's going to have it surveyed. He's going to have it surveyed then, and all depends on it.
What's your ordinance say?
And the survey will be completed under Hanley Engineering. Because that was our question. We thought this was the actual survey. And that was the only question we had in regards to this, the last meeting.
And is there a time limit when this has to be done?
Well, it sounds like he was gonna do it as soon as we approved it, he's gonna get it surveyed.
Okay. In all fairness to Tom Hanlon, who's a very good friend of mine, you don't always get everything surveyed right away with Tom. He's very busy. And I don't know if this needs a timeline on it to keep Tom moving or to keep the applicant moving.
Well, I think the applicant is the one that will probably keep.
Peter's here.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So have you contacted the engineer for the survey yet, or?
No, I've just been talking to Kevin, and he said that he was gonna have, do it. That's all I know right now.
Tom's really good.
Okay.
Just sometimes a little hard to get him out there. He's so busy.
Okay. I'm not on a time crunch, you know.
So are we okay with this for them to go?
I'm okay with it.
I have a motion to approve this.
I'll make the motion that we approve.
Second.
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
I seconded that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Well, this is on new business. We have the whistle stops back on the schedule because Mr. Patterson seems to think that we did not negotiate last time in good faith, even though he told the newspaper that he was happy with it. So we're back. He wanted it to be compared to the other two RVs, which I have been working on. I do need to talk to, and she's not available, I need to talk to Luann out there at Gold Rush RV, because in doing this, there's gonna be changes in all three of them. So, we're not gonna have your answer this today. Actually, Greg is gonna table it totally, but we are working on it. I have got a lot of figures. Oh, is this just that we're looking at?
Well, yeah, I had a response written up today, but it's a visual comparison of both of them together.
Well, I've got comparisons, but we need to have everybody here to discuss this.
Who's everybody?
The council in full, and you.
Well, you have a form.
But the problem is, I would also like, I need to be fair to everybody. I'm gonna raise my voice so you can hear me, John. I'm trying to be fair to everybody, so I need to talk to the RV parts and make sure what they have as far as hookups and what they're paying. I've got all the bills, I don't have it completed, so we're not gonna go forward with it today until we get this done. So it's gonna get tabled, if I can get with, Luann's out of town, I think, until next week. And, well, I'm working on it. I'm sorry it's not done, but I am working on it. We all are. So we're gonna move forward. So, but thank you, it looks like everybody's gonna have to adjust it a little bit. So we're gonna table that. And thank you, Rebecca, I'll look at yours too. And go to the water sewer contractor application, Alan Hess. We were provided that last meeting. There was a question whether he could do residential and commercial work. And the CCB says he can do the work. Martin, you were concerned about that.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure he had the appropriate licensure.
He's been checked out through CCB. So for his license and for if he can do residential and commercial contract.
And he can?
Yes.
Fine, let's
Okay,
do
do
it.
you have a motion to approve him?
I'll make a motion to approve the contractor Alan Head.
Second.
For the city.
Okay, do I have a second?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, all opposed? Okay, the next one is community connections. This was brought up, it's for assistance with water and sewer for low income. They've done this every year, or the last few years. They have a contract here that they wanted us to sign. We sent this to Paige Sully, and her response was, I'm familiar with this program as I reviewed it on behalf of a couple of other clients. So far, I have recommended not entry into this program as it's not as great as it would appear to be on its face. Well, she wants to know if we have accounts that take advantage of the program. Yes, we have some. And secondly, do we bill the services on the same billing as we send out? So we have her question is, how are we going to bill this? And her concern was the manpower that it takes for us to bill and to follow up on this. We don't get reimbursed. In other words, the city's going to use money to do this program. And I know Marcia had looked into it, and she said, we've done this in the past, and we just don't get anybody to step up and do it. So, I guess it's what you guys want to do. She says it's up to us, but she's not real pro it.
Okay, nobody step up and do it to do what? To do the billing?
To get a reduction, to get a reduction on their bills. They have to go, we have to have people that want to get a reduction, and then they fill out paperwork, and then we have to monitor it and bill them with a reduction. But she just didn't like this contract. You asked about her to look at it, she did not like it.
Yeah, I know, that was what was written in the email.
Yeah.
In real small type.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do we want to pursue this anymore, or do we want to just?
Do we know how many people we have that would need it? Or?
Did you say there was like maybe six or seven?
Yeah, but I mean, I sent out 12 total delinquent notices, but the majority of them have paid. They're just busy and, pay ahead or wait, and then they pay a bunch. And so it's not, there's probably only a handful of people that I know that's behind. But this application, just because you guys don't enter into this doesn't mean that people in the town can't take advantage of that community connections on their own.
Every year we have put flyers out about community connections, helping people. People have to contact them to get the reduction.
Okay, do we have anything in place for someone that gets behind, where maybe somebody, Renee or somebody could say, look, do you need help with this? If you do, contact these people. Because a lot of people may not know about it.
Well, we've had it, I know in the past we have reached out for people and given them the information.
Okay.
The problem is the people want us to do the legwork instead of them.
They can do their own legwork as far as I'm
Well, I mean,
concerned.
that's the problem. They want us to do the legwork instead of.
But we do have something in place where Renee can mention it to them if they're behind, you know, if
Yeah,
they're
so
behind.
Laramie has, information that she was, would provide. And then I can just add it into the delinquent notices when I send them out next month.
Yeah, so there is things that, yes, Larry.
I'm sorry, I just want to let you know that the statutes of income is almost double what it was the last 2 years. It's federal funding. So it is something that most of this town would actually qualify for if they got into trouble. I just wanted you to know that because that's changed from last year.
But yes, we do have something where we can give the information to them and they can go get help.
Is there an application for it?
Yes.
Maybe we could include that with whatever we give them.
Yeah, that's what I said. When I send out delinquent notices, I'll send that.
Send that out, okay. So we're just gonna stay with that program and just table this, not do this, right, Martin, Charlie?
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine.
As long as they have it available.
They have it available, yes.
They also have it for
One other
electricity
thing,
too.
one other thing,
Excuse me,
They also have it for electricity too.
maybe we ought to do
It's
that
just
in our
it's a
notice.
good information to give out to the public. It's water and electric.
water.
Okay.
I think that's what the flyer said, I had seen paper.
And I assume sewer goes with water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, they got a lot of funding because I talked to the director. And if they don't use that funding, then that just gets taken out the next time it's renewed. So just as soon have people that can utilize it and use it, do it so that it remains for others later.
We just as well spend it, we will spend it on something else.
That's right.
for us.
Okay, and then Laramie wanted to let everybody know that the shuttle that used to run on Friday is now backing up, running. It's at 10 a.m. and it's still $5 for those that need assistance. Is he still stopping at your place? In front of your, you don't know yet.
He's willing to. I've only had him stop when I need to show him where somebody lives because Google sends people like to the state park for your
Okay, and then what, do you have any information on the shuttle that can be posted? A flyer or anything?
there should be one right out here too. They're down,
We'll make sure the flyers are out, because it is, I know there's a lot of people in this town.
especially with the price of gas. The price did not go up on this shuttle, so it goes from 10 until 3:30 unless everybody's done going everywhere they want to go, at which point they come back up when everyone's done. So,
So that's back up and going. Okay, the next thing on the agenda was the City Hall audio video. We're still trying to get a better camera. There was one gentleman, a technician that came from Idaho that stopped in here and said that we definitely need to upgrade our camera on our system. Unfortunately, he was more of a commercial type person and way beyond our budget. So he gave Renee some ideas where to look, and she's given us 4 or 5 of these different systems. We had originally liked the L, but the technician said that it's slow, it doesn't keep up with people. The second one that's on your list, or on here, this Mexico meeting, it's a split camera. In other words, it would sit in the middle of the room here. And so the facing part would take care of this half, and then there will be a rear camera and audio that will take the back room. So everybody will at all times be on audio and video. And it comes up on a split screen on our computer. And so you guys looked at this or have any?
Is this the one that they recommended?
Well, this is
More so than-
that did in the demo, that it worked better for what we need. Yeah, for a small room. Because the guy said if you get too much noise in here, it echoes. So.
What are these other things?
Well, they're all the same. I mean, if you look, they're all about the same. It's just, which is the better quality. One is for Zoom and Skype, and we're not, using Skype. Which one did you do the demo on, Renee? Was it the Nexego?
Yeah, it had the noise canceling microphones and stuff, so it won't pick up the echo as bad. The Logitech is an amazing system. However, you need someone to move that camera. Mhm.
Or this would just be stationary in the room and we wouldn't have, it would just pick everything up. This is something we need to do to upgrade people viewing it online.
What about the monitors in here?
Well, we haven't even priced out the monitors. This is step one. And this could be attached to monitors if we got them.
Okay, wouldn't it be wise for us to get something where all components of it mesh seamlessly together rather than doing it piecemeal?
Well, we can price monitors and see how much it is to connect to these.
I think we ought to also have cameras in the office.
Well, that's this we're doing just for our meetings. This is what we're trying to do for our meetings.
I'm trying to create some economies of scale.
Right. Okay, so I'll check on prices of monitors and see how this hooks up. So this will be tabled again. And then, Charlie, did you have anything else you want to bring up?
Yeah, we need to, I got our easement agreement done for the sewer. Goes across that piece of property of Jim and Kathy. So we need to vote on this. Because their attorney and our attorney is the one that came out and everybody, we're in agreement. So Paige says that we don't have to, but it should be voted on.
This is a utility and right-of-way easement for our new wastewater line down in the future. So,
And it runs where?
it shows on the map.
It actually
It's
is
hard to tell.
So it goes across,
It's gonna go across the east side of their property.
instead of
You see
straight
the
through
big,
it.
just the big heavy black line, Martin?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, and this is located where though? Yeah, I mean, there's no vicinity map, so where is that?
It's off they're back on Rody Road.
Okay.
We already have the easement there. We're abandoning the old one because it's right in the middle of their property. This is moving it to where it's not interfering with their property.
Yeah, are we paying the bill for this then?
Other than just the lawyer. Well, yeah, we're gonna get a grant to run this pipe.
And the attorney gets paid for doing this.
Their attorney or ours?
Ours.
Okay. Who is their attorney?
I have no idea. Do you know?
I don't see his signature here, no. But no, the pages looked at this.
I understand.
Yeah. So, can I get a motion to approve this easement agreement and move forward?
I'll make a motion that we approve the sewer right away on James Exton and Kathleen Todd Hunter on their property.
You second it, Martin?
I have a question. 7.5 feet on either side of the center, 15 feet. That can be tough to work. What you do with your spoil.
Well,
You have a piece of equipment in there, you dig the trench, you got the spoil, then you have to put your stuff in there. Did anybody consider that?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, we did, because normally we say 16 feet, and that's 15 foot, and that's what Paige says is standard.
Oh, it is.
That's what she said. And these people here, for what we're doing, they're gonna be pretty lenient on what we do, due to the fact they're gonna use this clearing as a fire break up at their property. So they're pretty user friendly. I guess would be the word. They're for it, because if we don't do this, then we get to put it in their yard.
Okay, okay, seconded by Martin. All in favor? Aye. No opposed?
So that goes to, the signed copy goes to Nick, right? So that can be done tomorrow?
No. We're good.
You were the one that was saying it was in
Yeah,
there.
I think it is in a hurry. So, the reason that Business Oregon is looking at giving us a grant for the wastewater. A large grant to do it 100%, and that's why this is kind of, it's very time sensitive. So that's why we're, continuing to move forward on it.
Who did the survey?
It hasn't been surveyed yet. It won't be surveyed until they get ready to do the project.
The survey's coming out of the grant money.
Oh, okay. Sure looks like a survey to me.
Martin, did you have anything else you wanted to discuss?
Yeah,
Okay.
the vacuum pump. Eastern Oregon Reynolds has one.
Okay.
Right now it's broken, but they're getting it repaired. And it rents for $460 a day, and $1,633 a week. It's on a trailer.
Yeah, I'll call them and see if it's got a pressure washer with it, because we're gonna be digging with it, because it's the only issue.
And I explained that what we were gonna be using it for, but yeah, I think it'd be a good idea if you did that.
Okay.
And, as soon as I hear from them tomorrow supposedly, when it's available,
Okay.
then we can coordinate and make sure it meets the specifications you need.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. That was on my list to talk about too. I skipped over it, so thank you.
Oh, and by the well, I've called 5 more times. And apparently the guy I called is not interested in doing any wells. So, I got nothing on that.
Well, so you're trying to just get a price, right, for the well?
Yeah, I just want to know, we did some research, Vern and I, about wells around here and their depth and what their pump tests are. That's never a guarantee that they're going to be continuous at those levels or the quality of the water. But there appears to be several aquifers, for lack of a better word, at different depths. And it looks like at about 120 feet is where the best of them are. And those are from records from the Water Resources Department of wells actually drilled in Sumter and the immediate surrounding area.
So we just need to find somebody that can give us an estimate.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have somebody that maybe I can try to call.
Our water center, Levi, had mentioned that a good place to put a well would be out here at the fairgrounds, because we can chlorinate that water and run it right into our main line. We don't have to run it through the filter beds. If it passes all the state tests, the water, then it only has to be chlorinated.
Okay, what about if it was somewhere else and we could plumb it into the main line that comes from our other water source and just into the tank and chlorinate?
That's a possibility too.
So that then opens up almost the whole town.
Yeah. He was thinking that since that's virgin ground out there, that it's never been mined or, disturbed, that would be probably a pretty safe bet I mean, a well driller's gonna have more input on it than anything.
Sure.
And then also, I talked to Kurt, well, Kurt actually talked to me. And there's money out there for the fire department. And this is what they're doing, is coming through and putting in wells to accommodate the city, but that's also to accommodate the fire department. And he's supposed to be looking into what these hoops are, because he said, we're really good for this, because the west side where the money normally goes is all burned up, so they don't need to protect that anymore. They need to, so we're a high priority on protection. So Kurt's looking into, because he asked me, he didn't want to go through the hoops and then find out that we weren't interested. And I told him, I said that Levi's mentioned putting it out there. And he said, okay, but it'd be a big enough well where we can do that. My thing is, and then I told Kurt too, so that way you can look into it whenever the information comes back, that instead of just chlorinating the water and putting it in the system, to where we should be taking it from there and take it directly to the tank and put it up there. Because if we lose power or whatever, but like Kurt says, he says we can go put in a generator for us too. Because if we lose power, you have no water for the city. And if you're not putting it in the tank, then you're going to be you lose water on that side. So that's.
So we need to follow up Kurt.
So we need, yeah, that's a good deal.
Charlie, when you're asking about that, can you find out if there's a possibility you could put another tank down at the fairgrounds?
I think it would be more feasible to go to the tanks that we're putting in, the new system, because that way we would have the pressure. Because if you put the tank down below, we would have a holding tank, but we wouldn't have the pressure for the lower end of town. I would have probably plenty of pressure out of my place. But my thing is if we run it off of a pump and directly into our main line, then we got to deal with pressures to where if you go up there, the town is stable in what we're doing.
Right.
And then also with what we're doing for the water project anyways, to where this would just be a line that goes directly to there. And then just like that, handle it. And then that way we won't have to chlorinate it down here. However, it would be a big enough place for filling fire trucks or whatever we need to do on the side. Because that's the key word there would be for fire prevention and for firefighting. That's what this is for. But that was something I told Kurt to look into and see where we get to go with it. So, yeah, Mike.
Did I hear you right say along with this would go a generator?
They said that they can't put a generator in to power the pump, so that way because if we get a fire, even if we don't get the fire, but if there's a fire in the neighborhood that burns out the power lines, we have no power for how long, who knows?
Well, and that's where I was going with this, with all these electric companies like OTEC, PPL, and some of these others. They've already told us all that if we have wildfire winds, they'll shut it down in the winds. Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to follow the California rulings to where when it gets too hot or too windy, they're going to shut the power off, whether we have a fire or not.
Right.
I think last year when I was here, Renee got the call from OTEC stating that they would, right now, they're going to be better than Cali because they're going to call and let us know what windy days are coming. Hey, you know what? We're going to shut your power off tomorrow, type situation. To where California got to the point where you don't know until you go home and you have no power. So yeah, most of it though, I think up here is going to be the wind driven versus the heat, because at night usually our heat breaks, but there's no telling how long they're going to leave it out if the wind's blowing out of it. Because that's something that I've noticed that's really changed up here, because we didn't used to get a whole lot of wind, especially during the summer months, and now we got a lot the last few years.
And this whole region comes from the Bonneville system, that comes right down to Baker Valley and maybe a lot of them. So they can shut down for that, we don't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's I'll follow up with Kurt. Anything else, you two?
No problem.
Okay, public comment?
Just to dovetail on what Martin was saying. Nothing.
That's okay. So everybody can see you. On the camera.
100% on your sound
Smile
system.
on the camera.
Oh. said with the sound system and the audio system,
Uh-huh.
I highly recommend you do it as a package deal, like Mark was saying, and you have it professionally installed, because I had some experience with audio systems, it was supposed to be a package thing, all I had to do was hook it up, and I had a lot of problems with it.
Okay.
So have it professionally installed, and so the monkey's on their back.
Okay. We'll look into this, thank you. Anybody else? Do I have a motion to adjourn now?
I'll move we adjourn.
I'll second
All in favor?
me.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
You fucking.